And for the next presenter, I would like to ask or invite Mr. Dena Hendriana to present his paper, coded SEE03, with the title Simple Vertical Axis Wind Turbine for Low Wind Speed. So, Mr. Dena, your time is 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Budia, for having me in this session. I would like to share a presentation. Let me. Can you see my presentation, Budia?
Yes, we can see it, Pak Dena.
Okay.
Very clear. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I would like to present to you the research and development of a simple vertical axis wind turbine for low wind speed, done by Dena Hendriana, myself, Pak Eka Budiarto, and Pak Arko Jayadi. This work was done last year. The motivation for this work is that there are a lot of wind energy potential in Indonesia, which is around 150 megawatts, so which is quite a lot. But however, based on the information on the Indonesia wind data map, the highest of the wind speed in Indonesia is around 8 meters per second. Yeah, and in most of the area it's only 4 meters per second. In the market, the existing product for the wind turbine is optimized for the speed of the wind around 12 meters per second or higher, with the cut-in wind speed is around 4 meters per second. So since in Indonesia the speed is there are a lot of area that has such a low speed, 4 meters per second, then which is kind of in the cut-in area. So the product is not very applicable in Indonesia due to this high cut-in wind speed. The wind turbine for low speed wind is needed in Indonesia for the application of Indonesia. And in this work, we are making research and development of the wind turbine with the speed of 4 meters per second in the design operation. Okay, and based on our previous analysis, it was suitable for this such a low speed to be in the family of the vertical axis wind turbine in the Savonius type. Okay, the reason is because it has larger blades and it is more sensitive to the low speed. Okay, and also another good thing about the vertical axis wind turbine on the Savonius type is that we can design this type of the wind turbine in a strong way. This is the existing turbine product. This is very common, used in European, in America, such a large wind turbine, horizontal axis wind turbine with the 3 blades. The size is very tremendous. The height of the tower is around 100 meters, and the diameter of the blades can be around 70 meters. So it's very large. And for this kind of the turbine, it works really well, and the design goes up to around 11 to 12 meters per second. Okay, and also the cut-in for this speed is in the around 3 to 4 meters per second of the wind. So you can see the investment for this such a turbine is quite tremendous. However, if the energy that you are harvesting from the wind is high, then this investment can be returned in no time. Okay. However, some other methodology, some other turbine is also available in the product here. Is in the family of the Darius. It works for the high speed also. You can see on the left lower that the design is up to around 15 to 16 meters per second. However, the cut-in is also high, 3 to 4 meters per second. I also put this the range of the speed you can see the red area, which is in the kind of in the high area, in the 6 to 8 meter per second wind. It can happen in several locations, not too many. In Indonesia, can be in Lower Java Island, in Sulawesi, in NTT, NTB, in Irian. There's some potential of area that can be used to do some kind of research for the wind turbine analysis here. Okay, so for developing this and researching this design, we are utilizing computational fluid dynamic. The software that we are using is OpenFOAM, and we use 4 meters per second as the wind to optimize the design. What we are optimizing is that the turbine blades shape, the number of the blade, configuration of the blade, etc. Okay, size of the blade, we are trying to utilize the size from the market, which is 2.4 meter to 1.2 meter. The objective of the analysis is to maximize the torque at low RPM that leads to the highest power of the turbine. The construction of the, then after we get the optimal design from the simulation, then we construct the prototype and test that in the real situation. This is the work done from the previous work. We have a 2 level of the wind turbine, vertical axis, Savonius type, and we optimize that in terms of the shape of the blades, the gaps, etc. And we have some analysis done for this one. The second year of this work also, we are making similar Savonius. However, in this case here, we are having 1 level of the wind turbine. In here, we change the shape of the blade. We optimize to get the largest power output, and also the radius, the gap, and the number of the blades. So when we have all this design done, then we compare between those, and what we can see here is that the second design is slightly better. However, since both are already optimized, then we would like to test that in the real environment. So the construction is done in the workshop close by here in Serpong area. We use the size of that market size, which is 2.4 meter as the basic. The test is done based on the location from the BPPT result, where in that area we have such a high speed of the wind, around 8 meters per second. It is done in the one of the place post observation bulan in Sukabumi. You can see that the location is in the area of this high wind area done by BPPT. This is the test, the prototype installed in the top of the mountain. Thing that we need to worry about is the design of the turbine, the design of the tower, the foundation need to be strong enough, etc. We have in place turbine number 1 and turbine number 2, which being evaluated until now. Turbine 1 has been there for almost 2 years and it's still running. Turbine 2 has been installed for almost 1 year because of the later one. And the things that I need to emphasize here, that the design for the tower is also kind of needed for the better protection. You can see the left tower is better to cover, and also the protection, and also for the installation and for the maintenance of the turbine, this kind of tower is much better. Things that we learn is also about the foundation need to be strong enough, because in this area, this is the Pelabuhan Ratu, they have a west season wind, which can be very high, that can destroy your turbine. I have the movie, but I don't think we have time to show that. So let me skip this movie of this turbine rotating. So let me go to the conclusion. So basically in this work, we have done the development of the wind turbine for low wind speed of 4 meters per second operational wind for the two primary design, 2 level and 1 level design. And also we are utilizing the computational fluid dynamic to optimize the design. Verification of the design is done using the prototype. What we have learned from the prototype test is that, as I mentioned, that the 2-level design has been tested in 2 years and it's still working. The 1-level design is running right now and still for almost 1 year. What we learned that the foundation of the turbine need to be strong enough against unexpected high wind speed during the wet season in the Pelabuhan Ratu area. As I mentioned also, this turbine tower should support the turbine from the upper and lower side for better protection and for better access during the installation and maintenance. Electric generator for the gearbox right now using the gearbox system and a pulley system. However, they are not running very well. Monitoring system, since the electric generator is not working well, then the IoT kind of running of the energy and not doing really well. So the challenges from this, from what we do in this research is that we need to be ready with the wind condition that can be very strong and destroy the turbine. And also the wind condition, even though what is in the map showing that it's a lot of wind, but turns out that the wind is only starting strong around 15, 30 all the way to 21, and it is not strong. It's not very every day also, depending on the season. Location is kind of in a high peak and giving the challenge on the installation and maintenance. Electric generator. Right now, our turbine is running around 60 RPM. The one in the market for the generator is the lowest is around 600. So right now, low RPM generator need to be developed. Last one, the development of the monitoring system need to be working on that one. And also it requires the generator to be running and the BTS signal to be there. Next step, as I mentioned, the electric generator, monitoring system, and also longer evaluation time for the wind turbine. I think this is all. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Pak Dena, for the presentation. Now we have already received several questions, so I will go directly to the Q&A session. The first question is from Ma'am Evita. Pak Dena, with your design, what is the range of wind velocity that can be implemented? And for a continuing question was, what is your plan to continue this research?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Bu Evita, for the question. So basically, since the wind that we have in the site and also in Indonesia is around 8 meters per second, I believe that the optimal design for the wind turbine should be optimizing only up to 8 meters per second. However, the design and the tower need to be strong enough to be against higher wind speed, just for the safety and survivability. However, that the gush of high speed only happen like maybe in the 10 minutes range. But however, if it happens, that it need to be done. But in terms of the energy, harvesting the high speed, and if we design that with a very high velocity, I think we will design the shape and also the thickness, etc. So my design can handle up to 8 meters per second, optimized, but the operation is around 4 meters per second. And things that I would like to do right now is to work with the generator, low speed generator. Right now, I have a student from MT, undergraduate, who's working on low speed generator, which hopefully when we done, we can try that in that wind turbine.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dena. I hope that answers Ms. Alvita's question. And the next question is from Pak Henry. Can this type of turbine be developed in high-rise buildings like in Jakarta? Please, Pak.
Okay. Thank you for the question, Pak Henry. This wind turbine, definitely the application can be done on the high-rise building. The size of this wind turbine is not very big, so the building can handle that. However, we need to pay attention on the vibration, that the building need to be ready with such vibration. However, in terms of the application, yes, definitely toward the maturity of the design, we shoot for the application in the buildings. Ibu Dia.
Okay, for the next question, coming from Mr. Aloysius Sigit, Pak Dena, will you consider the design of the tower, the higher, better input for wind speed, and no obstruction for the wind entering the turbine, like trees?
Yes, definitely. In terms of the profile of the wind velocity, usually the higher of the elevation is better. Definitely, and also in terms of the magnitude of the wind is faster. In terms of obstacle, also less. Definitely, the higher the better. However, usually things that really constrain the design is the money. That how much is making the taller the tower, the more expensive. Especially preparing for the high torque, high moment type of the building, it will require the strength of the structure also. So the money is become the constraint.
Okay, quite common problem, ya Pak.
Yes,
with the budget and the money funding. Okay, the last one question for this presentation is coming from Mr. Satya Damba. What was the output of the 2-level and 1-level design? If technically viable, what would be the biggest challenge to make it commercially viable?
Okay, so basically the research and development in this work have done in the simulation, and in terms of the testing, we do that in the environmental situation, which already tested to be surviving for more than almost 2 years. So that's quite a good challenge, because a lot of challenge in the wind turbine is the survivability. A lot of damage blades that in testing that really need to be sorted out. The challenge right now is that since the electric generator is not producing electricity, I could not really study the performance of this rotation and also the electric generation of this system right now. So definitely to make this commercial, we need to have more workable with a good electric generation, and then also the monitoring with all the data from the electric generation and monitoring, then we can see the maturity of the product, and definitely there will be some modification need to be done if there's something that we can do to optimize and to make that more commercial.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dena. We still have 1 minute actually, and there is one more question. I think we're just going to take this one too. Coming from Mr. Galus Setiawan, what kind of maintenance the wind turbine will need? Free maintenance or have regular maintenance?
Okay, so in terms of the maintenance, usually in the wind turbine depends on the setup. If we put the energy on electric energy in the battery, So the maintenance will be to make sure that the battery is working well, because the battery sometimes needs some maintenance. It's not really things here. And also, how about in terms of the blades? The blades is quite robust. We designed that with this good tower that protect upper and lower. It turns out to be very strong against the wind. And also the maintenance about the bearing system with the oil seems to be protected really well also. So in terms of the blades, turbine, it is doing well. So right now, my hope is that with this system, I can have a good generator that really get the profile of the performance better for this design. If we have that data, then definitely we will have a much better confidence to work further and commercialize this product.
Okay, wonderful, Pak Dena. We really hope that this is going to the commercialization phase really soon now, and wish you all the good luck.